Hey everyone, I'm Vivi, and as a former rower and now a coach, trainer and physical therapist, I have created a warm-up sequence for you rowers to be doing anywhere you like in the comfort of your home or on the boat landing. It's equipment free, so nothing really you need except for a piece of floor and yourself, a yoga mat. There's one exercise that is very nice to have, something underneath your back like a yoga mat. So you can hop over that if you don't have it. I'll let you know when that one comes. Okay? So we start on our backs, and I'll show each exercise about 5 repetitions, but feel free to take a little bit more if you feel your body feels a little tight and you feel like you need it. I'll be also giving some breathing cues, because the breath really done right is the key to accessing more of your potential motor control and also locking and saving all of the benefits you gain from these exercises onto your hard disk up here. Alright, so we start on our backs. We spread our arms out wide with the palms open towards the ceiling, and you really feel that your shoulder blades are well into the mat, and you lift up your knees and feet, and you press your knees together, not too hard, but just keep them together. 90-degree angle here in the hip and a 90-degree angle approximately here in the knees. Now we're going to rotate our knees or lower them slowly from side to side. However, we are only going to move in an area that we have control over. So the way we do this is we lower the knee as far as we can while we hold both shoulder blades flat on the floor. So that could be something like this in the start. And you go up, and you lower down, and you really challenge that shoulder blade on the left side because it wants to come up, and then you go up when you feel that it comes off the ground. Now I'll start adding some breathing cues, so when you breathe out and go down, you might notice that you actually even can go even lower. Really have to stretch this arm out. Breathe in up and breathe out. Go down. So from that side it might look like this. Go up and go down. You might notice like the first repetition might only be towards here, but if you repeat it a couple times, you might actually be all the way here. So the amount of repetitions is not the goal of this exercise. It's really like gaining range of motion here in a controlled manner. Okay, next exercise. Again, lying on our back. Place your feet a good piece apart if you have a mat. Place them on the edges of your mat. You just use gravity to lower your knees down to one side and move them up again. So this way we're really warming up our hips, rotating those hips, down, up, down. If you want to help with your breathing, you breathe out and down, breathe in, up, down, in, up, and down. When you warm up, you can start pressing your knees even further towards the floor. Breathe out, down, and press down. Alright? Next one, hamstring exercise. Both legs are straight and up towards the ceiling. Place your hands here in the small of your back and feel that you really can press that lower back completely flush with the mat and press them into your fingertips maybe. And then you lower one leg slowly while you keep pressing here into the mat and lift up again. You lower as far as you can, as long as you can keep your back flat on the mat. And you might notice that actually the leg that stays up here really has to work to stay there where it's at. That's exactly the whole point of this exercise. Alright, this one is the next one is where you would really like to have at least some padding underneath your back. We're warming up our core and our rotations and the control of that. So you're going to lift your head and your arms up from the mat and your legs. And you're going to move yourself, translate yourself sideways without using arms or legs. So it looks a little bit like a caterpillar. And you move back. So if you have a mat, you move in the length of the mat, one way or the other, there and back. If you don't feel it burning in your abs yet, then you take another length of the mat, there and back. All right, let's get up into seating. Place your hand on your feet, good little width apart again. Now we're into seating. Left and right, and then no hands. So now we're not using gravity, but we have to work against gravity. So this really starts firing up those muscles around the hip rotation, the one that actively control the rotation. All right, after a couple times, you might even pivot your torso towards the wall, the far end, rotate, pivot. Now we're adding a little low back rotation. You might feel that your bum is moving forward. It is. So sometimes you have to scoot back a little bit if you're out of space. All right. Next level. Come up. Sit down again. Other side. Come up. Have a look down. If this one's completely stretched out, some people keep hanging here, like stretch out. Press those hips forward. Other side. Press out. All right, seated position, feet hip width apart, two hands behind you on the mat. So now we're going to lift up one hand and we're going to lift our bum up into a bridge on 3 points, so a 3-point bridge. Come down with your bum, put your other hand down, lift up the other hand, and press up. Really try to press up towards the ceiling. Press those hips up and down. If you want to get even more of a stretch out of it, press up and stretch and reach over hat with the other arm. Down, up, and reach. Breathing, breathe in. Stretch up, breathe out, down. Breathe in, up, out, down. In and out. All right, let's go into all fours. Spread your knees about like mat width apart, so slightly wider than your hips. From here, you're going to walk your hands out slightly. And from here, you're just going to really press your bum back and up and lower your chest towards the mat. All right, so a nice little puppy stretch for your upper back. If you feel like it, you can sway softly a little left to right. And here you're just going to peek underneath your right armpit. Slightly press that left hand a little bit more into the mat. You might feel a long stretch all the way from your left arm and your left flank. Come back center and peek under your left armpit. Press that right hand just a little bit more into the mat. And come back center. Alright, from here you're going to lower all the way down to your belly. Pivot your feet, press the tops of your feet into the mat so that your knees come off, arms spread in a field goal position. Look down all the time towards the mat so you keep your head and neck in a long line, in the same line with your spine. Breathe in, come up, and breathe out, come down. In, up, out, down. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, left, come down. Now, we're going to breathe in, up. Press your elbows back and down. Breathe out, down. Third position. And down. Really working those back muscles, stretching the upper back in extension. All right. From here, you either step through a plank or whichever way you want to get into the high lunge position. So this is an exercise I show you two variations of. Either you do it in a high lunge with the back leg and the back knee stretched out and off from the mat. If you feel a little unstable and have trouble finding the rotation, you can lower this knee down to the mat if that feels a little easier for you. All right, I'll show it here first on this side. So what you do is here in the lunge, take 2 breaths and really let gravity pull your hips a little bit down towards the mat. Place the opposite hand of your front foot. Breathe in. Open in a twist, arm towards the ceiling and look, follow with your eyes, your hand, follow your hand and breathe out. You thread the needle underneath that arm. Breathe in up and breathe out down and thread the needle. Breathe in and breathe out. Alright, let me show you that on the other side. This time I'll show it with my knee down. You choose the variation that challenges you most, but is still doable. So breathe in, open in the twist, and breathe out. Out and thread the needle. Alright, one more time from the front. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and we're really rotating and opening up that upper back. Really opening up here and now. When you thread the needle, you might feel a good stretch in your groin and in your hips. And out. Alright. This is just a basic mobility and motor control drill, great for warm-up for your rowing session. Whether you do it in your club or in your own home before you drive out to the club, because you're not allowed yet to train there. Doesn't really matter as long as you really mobilize and turn on all the systems before you go out. So have a great day, great training sessions, and see you all next time.